Hello. Hi. I know it's been a minute, but I am here and I'm back for right now. Happy New Year. Um, Today we are playing in makeup by the title, and it's also soft glam makeup with a pop of color. I actually did this look yesterday, and when I say yesterday I mean Saturday because the video is probably going to go up on Monday. But yeah, I did this look, and I like it better today than I did yesterday. But yesterday I was like full on playing around, and I thought I would recreate it because I really liked the way it looked. But I love it even more today, and I think maybe because I tweaked the blush a little bit, because if you look in the thumbnail I have on a lot of blush, and I didn't put any blush on my nose, and I actually really like my nose without blush. So I think I'm going to stop doing that. But if you want to see how I get this look, just go ahead and keep on watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
If I gotta choose me, I won't be afraid to. If I gotta choose me, I gotta do what I gotta do.
So we're gonna start off first with Milk Hydrator Primer as usual. And we're gonna prime our face. Pretty self-explanatory. So I'm trying out this new feature on my camera where I keep it in P mode, which I think means priority mode. I'm not sure. I don't remember. This camera is so old, but I'm gonna be using that and hitting the record button. So I kind of want to see if the quality is gonna change, because before I hit the record button, I like the quality on this mode better than I do on actual movie mode. So I think I might leave it like that. I'll be using the NYX Sweet Cheeks as my color corrector. It is a cream blush, but because it's so thin, I use it as a color corrector. Like, it's not super full coverage and it blends out sheer. So I'm gonna use it as a color corrector. I've been using it as a color corrector for a long time now, actually, and I really like it. I feel like it helps, especially when I have like a highlighted under eye or even around my mouth. I feel like it definitely helps the hyperpigmentation underneath my eyes and around my mouth. And do you see how thin the coverage is? So it's not like too much that, you know, sometimes when you have a color corrector that is so thick that it messes up the concealer color. This doesn't do that because it's so thin, and that's why I really like it opposed to like the LA Colors color corrector, because I feel like that consistency is too thick where it can mess up the concealer color and everything, or the foundation color, and I feel like this doesn't do that. Again, it's the NYX Sweet Cheeks Cream Blush in Almost Famous. Yeah, I really like it. I actually don't even use this as a blush. I think I only used it once as a blush, and I ran out of color corrector, or I don't even think I had any. And I know I needed some, and I was like, ooh, let me try this. And it worked. And because it's so, like, thin, what is the technical term? So we have full coverage, medium, light coverage. The coverage is really light. I really like that about it. So now I'm going to be taking the Pat McGrath Sublime Concealer in M20, and I'm going to what is that? What is the term? Oh my god, I haven't done this in forever that I don't know the term. It's the color. I'm going to conceal but not highlight. There we go. It's the color of my skin tone or similar to it. So I'm going to just use that underneath my eyes and around my mouth. Alright, so now that that's there, I'm going to go ahead and use my NARS Sheer Glow sample that I got, and it's in the shade Caracas. I feel like this is too red, and I would go down to the next shade down. I'm not sure what it is, but I'll put it somewhere on the screen when I find it. But I also kind of do like it though, because when I finish my face, it does balance out. I'm kind of nervous to see that if the shade above it, not below it, the shade above it, the shade before it, if it would actually work out. I feel like maybe it'll do what Cadiz did when I did the NARS Soft Matte video, and when I was seeing like what my shade was with that foundation, I looked ashy. So I'm kind of thinking that the shade above Caracas would do the same, but this is definitely too red on its own. It's not a foundation that I can just wear you know, on its own, like, you know, those days when you wear no makeup look, or you just put on foundation real quick and then leave the house. Yeah, this is too red. It's way too red. But it works when I finish my face, so I don't use much of this. I'm using like from the cap and whatever from like the bottom of the sample container, like reaches of the cap. That's just what I use. I never like go fully into the bottom of the container. But it's a really nice foundation. I actually really like it. I got a sample like a couple weeks ago, and I just wanted to try it finally to see if I would really like it, because a lot of people with oily skin or combo skin say that NARS Sheer Glow is a really good foundation. So I was like, all right, let me see what people are talking about, and it is a really good foundation. The finish is so pretty, and I'm definitely gonna get the newest foundation that they came out with. I'm excited to try that, but Sheer Glow, definitely it. I was gonna try Marquise's, but the girl at Sephora was saying it's gonna be too red, and so she told me this one, and I don't know. I like it, but I do feel like it's too red. Like, I know it's not showing up on camera, because on camera it's looking really neutral, which I guess works, but in person it's definitely really red. It's like really, really red. But like I said, at the end of it all, like when I'm done, doesn't look red in the slightest. So, and what I do like about this foundation is usually when I put on foundation, I will go over it with a damp sponge, and like just to kind of like tone down any areas that look cakey or anything like that. And I don't have to do that at all with this foundation. Like, it is truly a gem. Like, NARS never fumbles when it comes to foundations, but this, I think this is their best. I haven't tried the new one. I'm gonna try the new one. But I've tried Radiant Longwear. I've tried Soft Matte. I didn't try All Luminous Glow because I had oily skin, and back then all the girlies were saying that it wasn't meant for people with oily skin. And I tried Soft Matte. And out of the three, this is number one. This is number one. Now, Soft Matte will give you that beat look. It will give you that look. You guys know what look I'm talking about. But I just don't like the way that it feels, and I love the way this one feels. This one feels so amazing. So I have the NARS Soft Matte in Chestnut, and I'm now gonna put that underneath my eyes and around my mouth as well. So if you can see that it's like still like a little, what is the word I'm looking for? It's a little warm underneath my eyes. Now this has a pinky undertone, but it's not red, and that's the difference. Like, it has more of a pinky undertone, kind of leaning towards neutral, but it's not full on neutral, but there's a pinky undertone, so that way it'll do a little bit of brightening, but it won't do the brightening that the Pat Mcgrath will do. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like if you can, you'll see it when I blend it out. You'll see it. And then we're also going to use this to prime our eyes. I really enjoy this concealer so much. Like, NARS just does not miss. Like, I mean, they do miss sometimes. Sometimes they do be missing, but NARS don't be missing. So we're gonna pretty much use, I don't know, I may highlight my chin with another shade, because I did do that yesterday when I actually took the photos for the thumbnail. I'm just recreating the look that I did yesterday, but I may highlight my chin with the Pat Mcgrath concealer. But the combination of Pat Mcgrath plus NARS, best ever. Like, it is such a beautiful combination. Like, it's truly unmatched. Like, putting it, if you have the ability to put these two together, do it. The combination of the two together is truly, truly, truly unmatched. Not my foundation coming off my nose. So I don't know if anyone else has that problem, but I have like runny nose issues. Like, I take my allergy medicine every day. However, the foundation on my nose always like goes first. but it is what it is. I'm pretty sure half the time people can't notice. So do you guys see what I mean? What it did to my under eyes? Like, it just made it a little bit brighter, and it like kind of like neutralized my under eye a little bit. So now we're gonna set our eyes with the Laura Mercier translucent powder in Honey, and then we're switching over to a voiceover because I can't talk and do eyeshadow at the same time. I'm taking the Mented bronzer into my inner brow bone area, and I'm just going to bronze it up, but I'm going to make it really soft bronze rather than a harsh bronze. And I saw Jerry the Worst on Instagram do this, and I thought it was such a good technique. As you can see here, it looks like that. And now I'm taking the color Matte 4 from the Mario Master Matte palette. Actually, it's Matte 5, and I'm placing that all over the lid. Now I'm taking from the Master Matte palette Matte number 10, and I'm placing that on the outer V of my eye, and then also dragging it up into the crease. I will be taking a clean, fluffy brush and just buffing out the edges, making sure that it's still soft looking. I'm also going to take that same Matte 10 shade, and I'm going to place that into the inner third of my eye. Now I'm going to cut my crease with the NARS Matte Concealer. Make sure you take your time with this. Now I'm going to go with the shade Matte number 3, and I'm going to set that concealer. And after I set the concealer, I'm going to go back in with Matte number 10, going back and forth between Matte number 10 and Matte 3 to create a gradient effect. And then in between the two colors, I'm going to take Matte number 1 just to lighten it up before I place the other dark shade of Matte number 10 on top of it, just to give it a really nice gradient effect. So now that our eyes are done, we're actually going to contour. Not going to clean up just yet. We're going to actually contour with the Huda Beauty Tantour, and we're only going to be contouring the top of our cheekbones, or at least trying to, because sometimes I mess this up. So we're gonna try it. If it don't work, it don't work, but that's okay. I usually use this point right here, where like that little end point of my hair. I use that as a guide and take it right there. This is probably my favorite product to contour with because the way that it blends is crazy. It blends so well. It's so buttery too. Like, definitely not giving this up. This is one of my favorites of all favorites. So now I'm going to highlight using the Mcgrath Sublime Concealer in M17. I'm going to set my under eyes with the Mcgrath Sublime under eye press powder that I always use. If you're familiar with my channel, I'm going to set just strictly underneath my eyes because then we're going to contour this nose. Taking the Huda Beauty Tantour and this brush. You guys remember those brushes back in the day, the Artiste brushes. This is one but from Amazon, like the Amazon knockoff version. But I love it because it really helps to get in precisely with contouring my nose. Some days contouring my nose goes great. Other days contouring my nose goes bad. But we finesse. You know? We make it work. But I really like how slim this brush is to really hit the points. So that's perfect. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this buffing concealer brush from, I want to say Sigma. I always lose this brush too. it is Eyeliner. It's from Zoeva, and it's the concealer buffer brush. And I'm just going to blend in. Ooh, our nose is really slim today. Alright. Sometimes it changes. Again, it just depends on the day. So now I'm going to take that same M17 concealer, and I'm only going to use a little bit, little tiny dots, except for at the point of my nose here. I'm not going to use the tiny dots, like medium size. And then I'm going to be taking a very thin, like flat, it looks like a paintbrush to me. I don't know the actual name. Again, these are like Amazon knockoff brushes. Well, like, it's not a knockoff, but it's like the Amazon brushes that, you know, sometimes they don't be coming with names. But I'm going to be taking that and just taking it down my nose and blending everything out first with this little brush. Making sure that the concealer stays in between the brown. And then I'm going to take the back side of my beauty sponge right here, and I'm just gonna now I'm going to be taking the Laura Mercier powder again, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it down the sides of my nose, and then also a little bit of baking underneath my eyes, and we're going to move on to bronzer while that's sitting. Alright, so we're going to let that sit for a little bit, and we're going to bronze using Men's Hit again, and this time we are hitting temples, forehead, and then here. I feel like I said in another video, I don't contour my forehead anymore. I use bronzer, not as a contour, but I just really bronze up my forehead now. So I'm going to take this brush from BH Cosmetics. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys know, but BH Cosmetics is filing for bankruptcy. Or they went bankrupt. That's sad. I love me some BH Cosmetics. BH Cosmetics was everyone's favorite starter brand. And even if you were like super experienced, like you still went back for BH Cosmetics brushes. Like they're super soft. They're my favorite place to get brushes next to Sigma and Zoeva. Which honestly, I do want more brushes. I do feel like there's other brands out there for me to try. I just don't want to. I love the brushes I have, but there was this like neon yellow set that I saw that I want to get, but I like what I use now. So I'm going back and forth between circular motions and tapping motions. I just kind of feel like it helps to blend. I will highlight my forehead, just not yet. I'd rather place the bronzer first and then go in with the highlighter on my forehead. The highlight shade, actually. Make sure to get up here. So now we're bringing all that warmth back up into our face. So now we're gonna brush away the powder situation, and then we are going to do under eye colors, and then I don't know after that. I usually just kind of throw around, switch between blush, eyes, and all the stuff like that, like the finishing touches. I kind of don't have a full-on routine. I just kind of go. So like, just what we're gonna do. Just kind of go. Take this brush here. It's an old OG BH Cosmetics brush. I'm just gonna take it and dust away. So now we gotta bring back color to our nose because we just did all that with the Laura Mercier powder. So I'm gonna be taking this Ulta brush. I'm gonna take Mented bronzer again. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put some color back onto that nose. Alright, so we're just going to soften this just a little bit. So we're going to take a fluffy brush. This is a Sigma E38 diffuse crease brush. I actually never use this for my crease. I've actually never used this brush a day in my life. So this is the first time for everything. And there's some bronziness back into our nose. So now we are going to go back in with that first shade that we put on our eyelids, and we are going to put some color underneath our eyes. So it's just our base, because we're going to go in with this shade here underneath, but we need like a base. Even though we have set our under eyes, I still want a nice like transition-y base happening here. So it's not too harsh going straight in with that dark brown color. We're going to use the Colourpop eyeliners. Now I don't know if they work. I feel like they don't. Nothing shows up when I do it, but the illusion in my head that it did something helps. I'm going to be taking, I know something you don't. I'm going to be taking the Colourpop BFF Cream Gel Liner. That's the butt. Alright, I'm going to be taking this one in the shade Peach Fuzz. Pretty sure this did nothing, but you know, we're just gonna put it right here because this is the only place eyeliner actually works on my eye, right here on the outer third, because if not, as you see, my eye starts to water, calm down. And so I don't take it any further, but I don't know, I feel like it did something. Maybe it didn't, maybe it does, I don't know. It did today. Yesterday, pretty sure it didn't do anything. But now we're gonna go in with that dark brown color on that same small fluffy brush. Subtly ties it all together because you don't want it to be dramatic, because it's not the look we're going for today. Let's cut underneath. Let's do that. That's always fun. It's the fun part. Now we're going to put some color on these cheeks. I'm using the Alamar Cosmetics Blush Trio palette. So I'm going to be taking Twin Flame, which is honestly my favorite shade because it's orange. And we're going to tap first right here, just like along this area here. And then circular motions. Circular motions. So in the thumbnail, I packed on a lot of blush because I was not really expecting to be filming this. So I just put on a lot of blush. But you know, I like this little soft, gentle little kiss of blush that we got going on here. So same thing, just tap. Just kind of setting the base. And then soft circular motions if you want that soft kiss blush look. The softer your hand, the softer it'll look. Because if you go in with a hard hand, you can get like hard blush. But soft circular motions if you want that. I don't know, for whatever reason, I like the right side of my face better when it comes to blush than I do the left side. I kind of struggle with that side. Does anyone else have that problem? So sometimes I also do take the, what brand is this? The people who make the sponge. Real Techniques. I take the Real Techniques blush brush and I just kind of tap over it a little bit, kind of to diffuse anything if I need to. Also in the thumbnail, I did have blush on my nose. I'm not going to do that today. Or I will do it later, like off camera after like the final product. But for the most part, no blush today. So now that we have blush on, we're going to go ahead and highlight our forehead because we haven't done that yet. Like that. Because like I'm Aang from Avatar. But there's no but. That was it. I'm only taking it a little bit into the middle because I have a very large forehead. And then I'm going to take my bronzer brush and whatever's left over, just going to like blend that in around the perimeter of it. So I'm going to put on some lashes, and these are Lily lashes in Miami that I cut off so I can have flare lashes. Yeah, these were on the right side. Alright, I'm gonna put on some lashes and then we're gonna do our brows and then lips. Brows, lips. Highlight our nose with highlighter. And that's it. Okay. Alright, so lashes are on, and now we're going to put on some mascara. Use some mascara to pull down the lashes so they sit like flat or like horizontal, because I don't want them to be wispy, and I'm pretty sure Lily Lashes Miami are kind of wispy, so I kind of just, not too much mascara, but I kind of just tap the top of the lash with some mascara, like that. Now that we have lashes on, we're gonna do bottom lash mascara. No, I lied, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do the inner corner, the blue inner corner. I'm taking the e.l.f. Earth and Oceans palette, and I'm gonna be using the shade Lagoon. And I'm gonna wet my brush first, and then I'm gonna put like a wet base, and then I'm gonna use my pinkies and in there. So I'm taking like this pointed, it's a little dense, it's not like wispy, and it's a little stiff, it's like a pencil brush. So I'm gonna dip into Lagoon, tap off the excess, take any sort of setting spray that you have, any misting spray. We're just gonna wet it. And you're just gonna tap right into the inner corner multiple times. Build up to your liking, because for whatever reason, this never looks good dry or with a brush. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, and then I'm just gonna dip my pinky into it, because then I feel like that's when I get the most payoff from this color. Because other than that, it's just like really dim. Can you guys see what I'm saying? Like, it just looks really like non-existent. Like, I did all that work for what? I'm gonna take my pinky, like I said, like 3 times already, swirl it around my pinky, and then just, you guys see that? You guys see how the color is now popping versus this side where it's like and then this side is like, whatever's left over on your pinky should be enough. Alright, so bottom lash mascara is on. Lashes are lashing. And now we're gonna do our lips, and then we gotta do our brows, and then that's it. That is it for the look. We're gonna brush them out. I trimmed my brow hairs to like fall into place because they're like super long. I have really bushy eyebrows. Like when I grow them out, they are a lot, which I love because it allows me to be versatile with my eyebrows. I'm able to change the shape so constantly, which I'm grateful for because my eyebrows grow back really fast. I kind of had like pointed up eyebrows when I had ginger hair. And now they're starting to go down, but I'm gonna like, what's the word? Like pluck them and trim them again so they can go upwards, because I just kind of feel like that looks better with ginger hair, because when I had just like my natural brows, it looked off in my opinion, and I am not dyeing my eyebrows orange. No, absolutely not. Okay, so we're gonna be taking this matte shade from Master Matte, and it's matte 11, and we're just going to create hair-like strokes for my brows. And I just go up. There we go. Alright, brows are browsing, brows are browing, and now we're going to do our lips. So I don't understand the trend of concealer as a lipstick or foundation, because my lips are dry. Like with having this foundation and like product on it, my lips are so dry. And I put chapstick on before I started filming. I always do. And it's just dry. Alright, there's just enough chapstick left on my lips for me to have hydrated lips underneath my lipstick, and enough where it's not super drying for the eyeshadow. Yes, you heard correctly, eyeshadow. The reason why I'm using eyeshadow is because I don't have a lip liner. Why don't I have a lip liner? Because it broke. In the middle of me taking pictures outside, it broke. So I don't have a lip liner, and I just have not brought myself to buy a lip liner. So I use eyeshadow. And I'm using the Master Matte because this is an amazing palette, and I'm using shade number 10. So I'm going to take this brush from Zoeva, and it is the Detailed Shader Brush. Now, I don't use it for that. This brush has multiple purposes on my lips. And I use it strictly on my lips. I just line my lips. And what I love about this is it's literally the exact same color as the lip liner I wanted. Well, a lip liner I had. It was the Lip Bar Straight Living. Love that lip liner. Really good. But it broke. Alright, so I'm going to be taking my only nude lipstick, which is the Patrick Ta lipstick in, I want to say She's Independent. So the lipstick is She's Independent by Patrick Ta, and I'm just going to it looks amazing. But we're not done yet, because lip gloss. I'm gonna wipe off that brush that we used for the eyeshadow lip liner, and I'm gonna be squeezing some lip plumping gloss onto the brush and plumping up the lips. So I'm taking my tried and true Soap and Glory Sexy Mother Plucker Pillow Plump Lip Gloss. It's absolute fave. Love this. It is worth the, I think it's $11 at Target. It's a bit much for some lip gloss, but it's my favorite, so I will keep spending $11 on lip gloss. As you can see, some of that lip liner stopped lip lining, right? So we're gonna go back in, wipe off the brush, make sure it's not sticky, and you're gonna take that same shade there you go. And so is this the end of the look? It's not. We're almost done. We just gotta put a nose highlight on, and then we're done. Spray our face, and then we're done. So I'm going to be taking the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder and Sugar Daddy, which I have been using for years. And I just found out that they are not going to be selling Diamond Glow anymore, which is so sad because I really love these highlighters. And they are probably my favorite highlighter. So I'm very blessed and grateful to have the collection that I have. And I'm really going to cherish these because, yeah, they're not going to be selling them anymore. That's sad. So just right here on this part of the nose. Usually I take it all the way down, but we're going to focus it here on the center. Like, I don't know, is this the bridge of my nose? What part of my nose is this? And then we're going to take it just on the tip. Wow. This is a look. This is a moment. This is a moment. Alright, so now we're gonna spray our face. So we're taking the Dominique Cosmetics collaboration with JD Weighty 180, and it is their Dewy Mist Spray. Wish they could 100% bring this back and make it permanent. That whole line, love it. But they do have like a dewy type of setting spray again, like their own, like non-collaborative, collaborative, whatever, you guys know what I'm looking for. They have one that's similar. I DM'd them on Instagram, they said it's like similar, so I'll be picking that up because my JD Weighty 180 primer that she did with Dominique Cosmetics, it's running out, and I'm deeply sad because it really works. Like, I love the way that it makes my makeup look. So I wish they could just make it permanent though, because it was such a great collaboration. I'm glad I picked it up because amazing. I'm in love. I love it. So that's just gonna like kind of like melt it all together, and then I use the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix as well. I try not to spray too much because it can make you look super dewy. Now you guys know I love a dewy makeup look, but sometimes it can make you too dewy. I don't know where my fan is. Oh, I found it. It's sitting right over there. I'm not gonna grab it. There's just no point. But yeah, this is really pretty actually. Actually better than it was yesterday. It's actually a lot better than the way it was yesterday. I think it's because I didn't use a lot of blush. Yesterday I was just kind of playing around full on. So like the fact that it's a lot less blush, I think that's really what it is. But this look is so pretty. I would top it off with the Milk Makeup setting spray. It's just that I'm too lazy to go up and get it. So I'm not. So that is it. This is the final look. It's giving soft glam with a pop of color, and I really like this look. I've been playing in makeup, I've been getting ideas, I've been working on the content that I want to put out this year. It's just life sometimes be lifing. And so yeah, hopefully more videos super soon, but I wanted to like play in makeup. I did this look yesterday, like I said, and I really liked it, so I was like, ooh, let me share with everyone how I did this and kind of get back into the groove of things, because I realize I'm my biggest downfall if I let myself be my biggest downfall. So no more of that. And so if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share. I will see you guys all in my next one. Have a great new year. 2022 is going to be our year, and I will see you later. Bye.